Here's the thing. Right now, someone your exact age has a net worth 10 times higher than yours, and someone else your age has less than zero. Both of those people are completely normal. That is what nobody tells you about net worth. Net worth just means everything you own minus everything you owe. Your savings, your investments, your home equity, minus your credit cards, your loans, your debt. One number. That is your whole financial picture, boiled down to something you can actually track. Today, we are looking at real numbers from the Federal Reserve, not motivational nonsense. Not someone flexing a fake bank screenshot on social media. Actual survey data on what people your age really have in the bank. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you stand compared to your peers. And more importantly, you will know what to actually do about it, starting today. We are breaking this down by age group: under 35, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, and a quick look further out too. You will see the median, not just the average, and I will explain exactly why that distinction matters so much. Stick around, because the gap between those two numbers might genuinely shock you. It changes how you should think about your own progress. Most people don't realize the average net worth number thrown around online is basically fake for planning purposes. The overall average net worth in America is $1.06 million. That number comes straight from the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the most detailed household wealth study in the country. Sounds great, right? Here's the catch. That average gets dragged up hard by a small group of extremely wealthy households. Billionaires and multimillionaires pull that number way up, even though they represent a tiny slice of the population. Imagine 10 people in a room. 9 of them have $10,000 each. One of them has $10 million. The average net worth in that room is over $1 million. But 9 out of 10 people have basically nothing. That is exactly what happens with national net worth data. The median tells a very different, more honest story. Median means the exact middle of the pack. Half of people have more, half of people have less. The median net worth in America is $192,900. That is over $870,000 less than the average. Here's the thing. If you compare yourself to the average, you will always feel behind, no matter how well you are actually doing. Compare yourself to the median instead. That is the real middle ground, the number that reflects a typical household. Most people don't realize this gap gets even wider once you break it down by age group. The younger you are, the more misleading the average becomes. A handful of young tech founders and crypto winners skew the entire under 35 number into something unrecognizable. So forget the flashy average for a second. Let's look at the median broken down age bracket by age bracket so you can actually use this. Let's start under 35. The median net worth here is $39,000. That number includes savings, retirement accounts, and home equity, minus any debt you are carrying. If you are under 35 and near that number, you are right on track with your peers. If you are below it, you are not behind. You are simply early in the process. This bracket actually saw the biggest jump of any age group recently, rising from around $13,900 just a few years earlier. Rising home values and stock market gains drove most of that increase. Now let's move to 35 to 44. The median net worth jumps to $135,600. That is a huge leap from the previous bracket, more than triple. Why such a big jump? Home equity, the part of your house you actually own after subtracting the mortgage, really starts kicking in here. Retirement accounts also start compounding in a noticeable way after a decade of contributions. People in this bracket have simply had more time for their money to grow. Next, 45 to 54. The median net worth climbs to $247,200. Notice the pattern building here. Net worth roughly triples every decade for the typical household, at least through these middle years. And if we peek further out, the trend keeps climbing. The 55 to 64 bracket sits around $364,000. The 65 to 74 bracket peaks even higher, around $409,900, right before retirement withdrawals start pulling it back down. Here's the thing. That growth is not magic. It is math, plain and simple. Let's run real numbers so you can see the mechanics for yourself. Say you are 25 right now, starting with a net worth of zero. You invest $300 a month into an index fund, a basket of stocks that tracks the whole market instead of picking individual companies. Historically, the stock market averages about 7% a year after inflation, over long stretches of time. At that pace, by age 35, you would have around $52,000. That already beats the median for your entire age group. By age 45, still investing that same $300 a month, you would have around $165,000 sitting in your account. By age 55, that number grows to roughly $400,000, all from one habit. $300 a month, started early, left alone to compound. Now let's push that example further, because the differences here are wild. What if you invested $500 a month instead of $300? By age 55, you would be sitting closer to $665,000. What if you only managed $150 a month? Because that is genuinely all you had. You would still end up around $200,000 by age 55. That still beats the national median for that age bracket. Most people don't realize how much time does the heavy lifting in every one of these scenarios. The actual dollar amount you put in matters less than you think it does. The number of years you stay invested matters more than almost anything else. Two things move that net worth number faster than anything else you can do. 1. Pay down high-interest debt first, before you do anything else. Credit cards eat your progress alive, often charging 20% interest or more every single year. 2. Automate your investing so you never have to make the decision fresh each month. Set it once, on payday, and let it run quietly in the background. That is how ordinary people with ordinary incomes end up beating the median over time. Here's the thing. These numbers include home equity, and that matters a lot for how you interpret them. Excluding home equity entirely, the median net worth drops to around $57,900 nationally. So if you are renting right now, do not panic when you see these bigger figures. Renters are simply on a different path, not a worse one, and home ownership timing varies a lot by city. Most people don't realize debt reduction counts just as much toward net worth as investing does. Paying off a $20,000 student loan raises your net worth by exactly $20,000. Same math, just the opposite direction. Debt is negative net worth sitting quietly on your personal balance sheet. Here's another thing nobody says out loud. These are national averages, blended across every single state. Net worth in a high-cost city looks completely different from net worth in a small town. A 35-year-old in rural Ohio and a 35-year-old in San Francisco are facing very different math, even with identical incomes. Housing costs alone can explain a huge chunk of that gap between two people the same age. There is also a wide spread within each age bracket, not just a single number. The top 10% in the under 35 group already have well over $250,000. The bottom 25% in that same group have close to nothing, or even negative net worth from student loans. So use these median numbers as a compass, not a scoreboard you are graded on. They tell you the general direction to aim for, not your exact worth as a human being. Your job is not to hit some arbitrary number by a specific birthday. Your job is simply to keep the trend line moving up, year after year, no matter how slowly. Before we recap, let's talk about the mistakes that quietly wreck people's net worth progress. Mistake 1. Checking your net worth every single day. The stock market moves up and down constantly, and daily checking just creates anxiety for no reason. Check it once a quarter or once a year at most. Mistake 2. Comparing yourself to people who inherited money or got lucky with stock options. Their starting line was not your starting line, and the comparison tells you nothing useful. Mistake 3. Ignoring your net worth completely because the current number feels embarrassing. Here's the thing. You cannot improve a number you refuse to look at. Mistake 4. Treating a paid-off car as a big net worth win while ignoring a growing credit card balance. Net worth is the full picture, not just the parts that feel good. Mistake 5. Waiting for a big raise or a windfall before you start investing anything at all. Most people don't realize that starting with $50 a month beats waiting 2 years for the perfect moment. The math rewards the person who starts small today over the person who plans to start big later. One more thing worth mentioning. An emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside in cash, protects your net worth from sudden setbacks. Without one, a single car repair or medical bill can force you into high-interest debt, which then drags your whole number backward. So before you go all in on investing, make sure that cushion exists first. It is not glamorous, but it is what keeps one bad month from erasing a year of progress. Let's recap what actually matters here, because this is a lot of numbers to hold on to. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. Nothing more complicated than that. The median under 35 sits around $39,000. The median 35 to 44 sits around $135,600. The median 45 to 54 sits around $247,200, and it keeps climbing from there into your 60s. Ignore the flashy national average of over $1 million. It is heavily skewed by a small group of the ultra-wealthy. Focus on 2 things instead. Above everything else, pay down high-interest debt aggressively and automate your investing so it happens without willpower. A simple $300 monthly investment can turn into roughly $400,000 over 30 years. Bump that to $500, and you are looking at closer to $665,000 over the same stretch. That is not luck, and it is not some secret trick. That is time and consistency quietly doing the work in the background. Here's the thing. You do not need a trust fund or a lucky break to build real wealth over time. You need a plan, a little patience, and one habit you can actually stick to for years. Wherever you land on this list right now, today, you can move up it from here. The gap between where you are and where you want to be closes one automated deposit at a time. So tell me in the comments, where do you actually land compared to your age group? Are you above the median, below it, or sitting right on track? Drop your age bracket below. No judgment here at all. We are all figuring this out together. And if this helped you see your own numbers more clearly, subscribe for more real talk about money that actually applies to your life.